Hey everybody, it is J Mac and welcome back to Bigfoot Input. We are here for all of your paranormal needs. We are facing down Hurricane Ian here in Central Florida. So I thought what better way to celebrate than to bring out a fresh batch of cryptid pictures, and we're going to go through each one of them. So crack a cold one and join us. First of all, let's look at some comments from last week. Let's see. Urike Neich says, neat collection, but not very sanitary. He's talking about our Bigfoot bathroom. So we'll be sure not to lick anything in there. John Wright says, not even one clear shot. Video is a joke. You know, John, even though we're a huge multi-million-dollar conglomerate YouTube page, we have feelings. So let's be nice to each other. And Priscilla Parisi says, it is so damn hard listening to you critique because you don't know much about them. Just please think before you say, comma, please. Well, I do think a little bit. I like to do more of a shoot from the hip reaction, and if I know something about the photo, well, great, but if not, alright guys, I need to get some theme music for the mean comment section. I'll work on that, but let's dive right into it. It's going to be a big one. There's quite a few photos. I didn't bother to count them, but we'll know how many there are at the end of this. So we're going to start out with our buddy from Florida Bigfoot. And if you have not heard of his channel, please go check it out. Check out his Facebook, Florida Bigfoot. He has got some really impressive prints, some decent pictures. And he actually has an ongoing relationship with a family of skunk apes in his area. So very cool channel. He's putting out some really cool stuff. And this appears to be the backside of one of those creatures he just happened to catch. So knowing the person and personally knowing that it's a real photo, to me, that makes all the difference. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be clear, as long as I know that it's not something that's photoshopped. So this is a cool picture, definitely showing a large bipedal ape type creature. So follow him for more stuff. This picture, I don't know. I don't like this picture. Obviously, it's blurry. It's you can kind of see the upper part of the creature. It has like the head and the maybe some back muscles there, and like a light colored fur. And I would almost be better with the picture if that's all you could see. But the bottom half is what really throws me. I don't know if that's some sort of man-made structure or what it is. It's really hard to tell, honestly. I just have to trash that picture. I don't know. This is a cool picture from the Indiana Bigfoot Research Organization. Ed Blakely took this picture from Owen Putman State Forest. He's a big time researcher. He's out in the woods all the time, and he caught this creature walking across. Looks like he's walking on the other side of a little like knoll or hill or something like that. So really cool catch. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, so this one pretty much speaks for itself. It's captioned here. And, so the next time somebody talks about a thunderbird or a pterodactyl, you can think back to this picture. Okay, here we go. Kathy Westerman did it again. This is just a really weird picture, but it very obviously shows a face. You got the forehead, the cranial ridge, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the chin. I mean, it's all there. I think it's a little too detailed to be pareidolia. It kind of blends in with the tree, so again, definitely something strange going on in the Ocala National Forest. I don't exactly know what this is, but this is just one of the many times that she's captured a face on film. So impressive, and thanks to Kathy and her group, Aim to Frame, for all they do. Yeah, this picture, it looks to me. Did you ever see that movie Bigfoot? What was it? The Encounter, Bigfoot something in the Great Encounter or something like that. This looks exactly like the face of that Bigfoot, although the center mass, it almost looks like they haven't applied the hair yet, or the hair suit or something. It's quite obviously a costume. Okay, so a lot of people are going to want to tell you that this is the left eye of a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot staring at a trail cam. Okay, for the most part, Bigfoot seems to avoid trail cams. Okay, not get up close and personal like this. So what I want you to do, instead of thinking that this is a Bigfoot, I want you to imagine that this is the left eye of a boar, like a wild boar, and what we're seeing to the left of the screen there is its snout. Okay, so we're gonna go with boar on that one, not a Bigfoot. This picture, hey, I don't know, could be anything. Could be a guy in a suit, could be I don't know, could be some tree stump. Too blurry to tell and not worth our time. Here's another one, same deal. We get sent these pictures all the time. Very indescript. You can't see anything. You can sit here and speculate all you want to, but it just doesn't add up to anything. So, all right, this is a cool shot. In fact, it looks like it's one shot there on the left, and then maybe it's kind of zoomed in a little bit on the right. But it appears to be sort of a large hairy creature with its left arm extended, like it's scooping something out of, I don't know, something. I really wouldn't speculate what else it could be. That's what it looks like to me. So okay, this one, you know what, we talked about this creature a couple videos ago. It was the one that had like the shopping cart in the shot. This looks like the same suit to me. Then you see it walking across a field. Somebody has a suit and they're having a lot of fun with it, taking a lot of pictures. And then of course you put NVTV on it, which is just an absolute garbage channel, and I don't really care who hears me say that. The stuff they put out is ridiculous. CGI, and then they mix it with real footage to confuse the situation. So not a fan. So this is a cool picture. Is it a Bigfoot or Sasquatch pair? I don't know exactly what it would be, but I can tell you that it is two individuals. They appear to be kind of, I don't want to say short necessarily, but they're not like hulking creatures. They look kind of almost human, but they are absolutely head to toe black. Kind of makes them look like they're covered in short hair. And I can't tell if it's two males, but it almost looks like a male in the back and a female in the front to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cool picture, but I couldn't give you any definitive answer on what it is. But this is neat. This is a large bipedal hairy creature that seems to have a deer with blood splatter on it. Could this be from a movie? Yeah, it totally could be. I've never seen the movie, if that's the case, though. So for me, this is new. And although it's obviously a pretty old picture, it almost looks like one of those pictures like from the 80s or something. But yeah, I gotta say plausible on that, because unless somebody in the comments can correct me and tell me what movie it comes from, I don't see any reason to call it implausible. I don't see any reason to call it fake. Okay, so this is one of those pictures that's kind of like a trick of the eye. It has someone's watermark on it, although I can't really tell what it says. It says something Evans, and I'll just leave it at that. You know, the guy's got his watermark on it. That's fine. Unfortunately, what's going on here? This big brown structure here. Start at the top with me and count the branches on this little tree. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4, maybe 5th branch here. It kind of has a downward slope to it, and that's obviously a branch coming out of that center tree. And what that's causing is an effect that makes it look like there's a shoulder here. And then if you look off to the left there, you can, you know, your imagination, you can obviously come up with a face, a head. Yeah, totally. I could totally see it. But what we're really looking at is a big tree, because it goes all the way to the top of the picture and all the way to the bottom. And that's all it really is a big tree. Interesting. The way the eyes, you know, they say that your eyes tell you lies. And that's very true. In this case, especially, that's an interesting picture. Pause for beer. Okay. This is nothing but an old tree stump. And I'll allow you to take a close look at it. But yeah, that's what it is. It's a rotted tree stump. This picture came up last week. Okay, is it a creature coming up out of the river onto that bank? Most likely not, because if you zoom in on it, it kind of seems to have, it's too wide. The whole thing's just too wide. And I bet that if you went back to that same spot in like Kentucky or wherever this is, that thing is still there, and you could probably take another picture of it. I think it's just a rock formation. Okay, I fought with this picture for a while, whether I was even gonna like put it in here, but I just had to. This is supposedly a trail cam photo, and I can't remember the guy's name exactly, but it came out last week, and he claims that, well, you know, the trail cam just took a picture of this creature. So it's terrifying, whatever it is. It's got the long claws, and it's got the tail coming down between the legs. It's very muscular. You can even see nipples on the chest, and what appears to be maybe I don't want to say there's like a belly button, but maybe. And then you got the face here with the eyes. Their eyes are kind of glazed over, almost like they have a protective film on them or something. Look, all I can say is that if this is a suit or some sort of animatronic, it is extremely well done. And I really hope that it's fake. I don't want to imagine that this creature is roaming around the woods somewhere. The guy, maybe I'll do a little deeper dive on this, but the guy himself, I went and looked him up. He doesn't seem to have any sort of shady dealings. He's never really posted any other things. He just kind of randomly came out and said, "Oh, this was on my trail cam." Well, dude, I mean, if that's on your trail cam, you need to move. Get the hell out of wherever it is you live now, because that is absolutely terrifying. I would love to dismiss this as being fake, but I don't see how you can. The detail on this creature is insane. The veins, there's too much. There's too much. And like I said, if it's a suit, then kudos to the guy that created the suit. Or if it's some sort of CGI, it just doesn't look fake to me. But it's almost too good to be real, if that makes sense. I can't imagine that this creature just walked up to a trail cam and let it take its picture, you know. But I'm really interested in this picture. I'd love to hear what everyone has to say about it in the comments. Alright, here's the big white Yeti falling down the hill. I think everybody's seen this video. If you haven't, you can go to our page and look at our version of it. We went ahead and pulled like 3 or 4 different clips, put them together, and then we found the original Russian car commercial that this guy comes from, and that's really all it is. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's cool. I mean, it's entertaining if nothing else. You can kind of tell it's not real, but the way they shot it, it's a little intimidating. It almost looks like the creature's coming right at you. So it's good. All right, so this one, you know, guys, nobody needs to circle these things. We can see, you know, it's fine unless it's really obscure. But anyway, you know, I gotta say that this is plausible to me. It's a trail cam with a deer, and the deer has, you know, eye shine, and you got this creature behind it which looks like it has sort of a rounded, you know, shaped head, and it's got the tapetum lucidum. It looks totally plausible to me. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with plausible. I think that's probably a Sasquatch. This picture, I'm going to post all 3 of these so you can see what's going on here. This is the site it came up on. This is the guy that posted it, Steven Enzio. And at first glance, you know, it could be like, oh, that looks kind of real, but it sort of starts to look like a cutout. And then switch over to the zoomed in face. Even more impressive than seeing it from afar. That really looks legit, but I can't get over how much it looks like a cutout. And then if you go to the arm that is up, you'll see this sort of hair that's coming down underneath the arm, and to me that just supports the fact that it's a cutout. A hair wouldn't look like that. Maybe if it just got out of the water or something, but I'm gonna say, you know, no, I think it's just it's a detailed cutout. Rock. Move on. This is an interesting picture. I've never seen this one before. Someone sent us this. It has the guy's signature here at the bottom. I don't know. That says Rob Mackey or something, McKay or something to that effect. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool picture. I mean, assuming that it, you know, I don't ever want to fall back on the whole man in suit thing, but assuming that it's not a man in suit, which, you know, you can argue that all you want to. It's cool. It's got the hair and the facial features and everything. I'd say it's plausible. It's not terribly impressive, but it's plausible. Okay. This picture has been around for so long, and this is another one of those pictures that I had debated whether I was even going to put it in here or not. I would love to just dismiss this as being fake, right? I would love to, because there's no part of me that wants to think about this half goat, half man creature roaming around the forests naked, you know, but there's a lot going on here, you know. I mean, the hands are very human. When you get down to the feet, it kind of splits off into a hoof type thing. Then you've got the head, which I don't know, I wouldn't say it like seamlessly connects to the neck. There's something going on there. It looks weird. And then the head itself is fairly impressive. I mean, with the ears and, I don't know, the big nose and the horns and all. And he's sort of like reaching towards the trail cam or the person that's taking the picture. I don't know. And if they are, I feel bad for them. And there seems, look at the bottom of the photo, there seems to be like some clothes there. Maybe they're his clothes. Maybe, you know, he should put them on. I don't know. Maybe it's like a Teen Wolf thing. You know, he just turns into Goat Man and rips his clothes off. I don't know. But, I'm sorry, guys. I can't say one way or the other on this one. I mean, I'm leaning towards fake, but, you know, I just don't know that. So, well, somebody told me in the comments a while back that sometimes you just have to go with your gut on things, and I get that, because sometimes things seem fake, but you don't really know why. You can't really point out the details of what's going on here, but something's going on here, and I don't know. And as far as the Goat Man existing, well, if he does, there's been very, very few pictures of him taken, but in the next upcoming videos, we do have some more trail cams and different things of Goat Man and different cryptids, and maybe like the rake. You know, we're gonna get into things like that, but it's coming. All right, next picture. All right, this picture, yeah, this is cool. I've seen this a few times. I think this is very simple. This was in 2011. To me, there's a very simple answer for this. It's a Bigfoot climbing up a hill. That's all. And yeah, it's not a very steep hill. I don't think he necessarily needs to hunch over like this to climb the hill, but I think he's maybe stalking something, or whatever the case may be, not to show his entire height. But if he were to stand straight up, you know, just, I know there's nothing for scale, but by speculation, he looks to be about 8 feet tall. I mean, that's a big boy right there. And I think that that is a fairly definitive picture of a Bigfoot. You know what's weird about it is the hair in the arms, the fur is like less than the rest of the body. But, you know, I don't think that proves anything. You don't know why. I mean, it could be some sort of mange, or maybe, you know, just, I don't know, that's the way he was made, you know, whatever. Some of us have more hair than others in different spots. But interesting picture nonetheless. And I think it's one of the few good trail cam pictures of a Bigfoot. All right, guys, I think this one is the last picture, and I'm going to spend a minute on this picture because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shock you, and I'm going to tell you why I feel that this picture is real. Now you look at it, you see like this sort of humanoid face. It has something going on the head, although it's hard to tell what. Wings in the back there, arms, legs, and it looks like a tail. So, I mean, you could call this the Jersey Devil, I think, very easily, which is not to be confused with Chupacabra. And it obviously is in one of those feeding stations where they feed deer and boar and stuff, and then maybe they use, you know, they bait them, you know. And off to the left of the screen, you're going to see, I think what we can safely assume is a deer in motion. This other creature is also in motion, so it makes it a little blurry. Okay, so why is this obviously not a fake? If you guys remember the magazine Weekly World News, it's an old magazine. It was big back in the early 90s, and they always had the crazy stories. You know, I had Bigfoot's baby, aliens abducted me and probed my anus, you know, I saw the Chupacabra, whatever. They have all these stories, right? And as a kid growing up, I loved that magazine. If I could get $1.99 out of somebody, I would buy that magazine every week. And it had really cool, interesting stories, and I would read it cover to cover. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because this picture, I recall seeing this picture in that magazine. Why does that matter? Well, when we see these pictures, we want to rule out certain things. We want to rule out Photoshop. We want to rule out any sort of faking, CGI. That magazine was, like I said, it was very popular. Let's just say 1990 to 1993, somewhere in that area. And that's just by my recollection. So where I'm going with this is that you could not have photoshopped this guy into this picture in the early 90s. I mean, yeah, there was such a thing as photo manipulation and things like that, but not, it would be very easily detectable. And then, you say, well, that doesn't make everything that was in that magazine true. No, it doesn't. But it was harder to fake things back then, especially in front of a camera. There's no way they could have, let's just say that this is some sort of suit or costume. I'm cool with that, but then you're going to have to set it up to where it appears to be chasing this deer on a trail cam. And is the deer then fake? Because the deer's not going to cooperate with you. So if it's fake, it would have had to have been a fake deer, I don't know, on some sort of stand, and then this creature faked and put into this setting in the middle of the woods at night. To me, it just seems a little improbable that it's fake. And I know that's kind of going out on a limb. If I hadn't have seen it myself in that magazine 30 plus years ago, then I think I would immediately say, well, that's fake. But having seen it in that magazine so many years ago, and it's still around, I am gonna lean on plausible. I don't have any other, reasoning to prove that it's fake. Okay. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We got some requests, for the next, when's the next scripted video? Well, here it is. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please, like, follow, please, like, subscribe, share with your friends, tell people, help us out, help us grow. We appreciate the community, and we look forward to bringing more content. All right. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. This is J Mac out. Keep squatching.